Hi YouTube, I'm Lisa and this is the Backward Glance. Wanted to start this video by just saying a big thank you to all my subscribers. I'm a new channel, so it means a lot that anybody is continuing to watch my videos. I am primarily a clothing reseller. If you haven't seen any of my content before, I make a lot of videos where I share what sold quickly from my store, so items that flip within 30 days or less. I feel like that's the kind of stuff that's the best to know about if you are out thrifting and sourcing for your eBay store. And today I am going to share a haul with you. I did go to Goodwill yesterday. I spent a little over $70. Not the hugest haul I've ever gotten, but I think I got some nice quality items, and hopefully some of them will sell quick and show up in those what sold videos. So let's just dive in. The first item is this top, and this is Logo by Lori Goldstein. I have never seen this particular label before. It says Instant Chic. And I picked this up because it's a 1X, so it's like a sleeveless, drape neck, tunic length top with pockets. And I usually do good with Lori Goldstein in plus sizes, so I paid 4+ tax for this, and it will probably sell for between $18 and $22. So not a huge profit, but they usually sell quickly in that size. The next is an item that I did buy with a flaw, and I'm going to leave the tag on because at my Goodwill I can return things within a week, so it has a stain that I'm going to try and get out before I take the tag off. So this is Citron Santa Monica. I do not find this brand very often. It can bring some pretty good profits. So this is like a silk top, and it's got a geisha on the front and also on the back. This particular motif does pretty well in this brand, and unfortunately this geisha has two fairly significant stains, so I will try my best to get those out. I don't always have luck with getting stains out of silk, unfortunately. If they fade, I will still probably try and sell it, but if I can't make any difference, or if I somehow make it worse, of course I will leave the tag on. It was $4 plus tax. In good condition, this is probably a $50 flip, so if I sell it with a flaw, I may even still be able to get like 25 or 30 bucks, but if I can't get the stains out at all, I may just go ahead and return. Next is a pair of men's jeans, and these are Diesel. These are the Darren, and they're like a kind of slim, slightly tapered leg there. And here is that like Indian head logo tag that they have in them, and the Diesel on the pocket there. I'm hoping that these jeans bring between like $32 and $38, and I paid $8 for them. Next is a Lily Pulitzer for Target top. And the funny thing is, I've had quite a few Lily Pulitzer items in my What Sold Fast videos, and I always say make sure it's not for Target, and then I picked this up, but oddly enough, I guess I need to quit saying that, because when I found this, I decided to look up the sell-through on Lily Pulitzer for Target, and it's really good. And it doesn't bring as high dollar amount as just regular Lily Pulitzer, but I still think that I will list this at $24 and get between $18 and $24 for it, so still a good pickup. Here's an item that was half off, so blue tags were half off, and I've never seen this there, and I'm there all the time, so there's a couple items in this that I'm like, where did they come from? They're already on half off. So this is Catherine Andre, and this is a very high-end brand. A tank top is probably the least valuable item you can find in any brand, so even though this is high-end, I'm not going to make a huge profit on it, probably listing it in like the $32 range. It also doesn't have a size or a fabric content tag, so that is going to cause a little bit of an issue for me. But I did only pay $2 plus tax, which comes to about $2.10 where I'm shopping. I found a couple Eileen Fisher items. This first one is missing its tag, but it does have the inside tag, and I don't think that will be an issue. Also, of course, no size because it's missing its tag, but there are some other of this exact top, so I should be able to compare measurements and get a pretty accurate sizing. So when I saw it, I kind of knew that it might be Eileen Fisher just from the feel of it, and then when you look on this side tag, it has this whole "We'd like our clothes back." I don't know if you've ever read this. "We'd like our clothes back, recycle them at our US stores, and support Green Eileen." So I am always really glad that people ignore that tag and donate them to thrift stores instead, because then I get to find them. I need these more than Eileen Fisher needs them back. So probably just like a $24 to $28 flip, and I did pay $4 plus tax for that. And the other Eileen Fisher piece is kind of an older Eileen Fisher style, so this tag that's like cream and gray is, I think, quite a bit older. This is like a linen cotton blend, like wrap top, tunic length wrap top, kind of hard to see because of the length of it. It's not soft, it's actually almost a little bit scratchy, and I think it would be worn more as a vest, like over another top. So this piece might bring over $30 or maybe down to like $28, and again I paid $4 plus tax. Next is a lot of two, and I try not to sell very many things in lots, but these on their own are only worth maybe $16 tops. So these are two women's Peter Millar tops, and they are wicking and sun protection, so UPF 50, so size large, and this is kind of a mint green. And then same thing in black. This one actually doesn't say E4 on it, so it's a little bit of a different series, but it's the same exact fabric, same sun protection. So I'm going to lot these up and ask about 28 and then send offers from there. They were half off, so each one was 2 plus tax, so I have about $4.20 invested in the pair of those. There's another item that was half off, and this is like a surf top kind of, and this is Water Girl, which is a Patagonia. So you can see, if the tag focuses, that it says Patagonia there. Anything Patagonia is normally marked at like $9.99 or above in my thrift store, but they obviously didn't notice, so they marked it at $4, and then I got it for half off. So realistically, I will only be listing this for $18 and even sending offers down to about $14, but I do think that hopefully it will sell quick. Next is this St. John top, and this is another top that was half off, where I can't believe that I haven't seen it because I go to that thrift store all the time, so if it's been sitting there for weeks without me finding it, I'm a little confused about that. I'm pretty thorough. I don't always look at the tank tops very thorough, so I guess it might have escaped me. So I've sold this exact top before in a short sleeve in a different color, and I think I only got like $26 for it or something. So just being a tank top, shows a little bit of wear. You can just tell like it's probably been washed a couple times. So probably just like a $20 to $24 flip, even though it is St. John. But I like to have St. John in my store. I have a category called Women's Luxury Brands, and I had a bunch of St. John in there, and slowly it all sold off, so I'm pretty sure I don't have anything left St. John in there. Next is a top by this brand Sangam, and this showed up in one of my last What Sold Quickly videos. I had never picked it up, even though I had seen it before, and I finally looked it up and realized that it had a pretty decent sell-through. It's a brand that there's not a lot of on eBay, so this is just like a woven cotton top. The other one I picked up was blue, but it was almost exactly the same top, and that one sold either the same day or the day after. I know it sold really, really quick. It sold for $22, which was my full asking price, so this is not like a super valuable top. This brand makes some jackets and other pieces that might have more value. And I did notice that this did have some stains on it after I brought it home. So this is another top I will be leaving the tag on, spot cleaning, and it may or may not end up getting listed. But I'll list it at $22, just like the other one. And then I have some, let me just get these closer to me, some jeans. So the first pair is pretty good. It's always hard to show the tag of this brand, whether it be in a photo or on camera. So this is Mother. So there's the Mother tag there. And this style is called the Looker. It's like a skinny, almost a jegging, like really stretchy. And this style seems like it does pretty well. I listed these last night for $62. Realistically, I'm just thinking that I'll get between like $48 and $55 or something, but that's pretty darn good for a pair of jeans, and I did pay $8 plus tax for these. Next is this pair of pants by Thrift NYC, and this brand appeals to like goth, rave, punk. This is a pair of men's pants in a size 34. And just a faux leather. They show a little bit of wear on the leather, or faux leather, which I think is to be expected, but they're in pretty good condition. And I listed these somewhere right around $40, and we'll see how they do. This is another pair that I paid $8 plus tax for. The next pair was half off, so $4 plus tax. And these are by the brand Driftwood, and they're the Audrey fit. So I picked this brand up once really recently and listed it. I think it's only been listed for a couple weeks. It has not sold yet, but I did look up this Audrey style seems to do a little better than the other style that I picked up. And from what I can tell, these jeans are sold through the Sundance catalog, and that's usually a pretty good thing. So they definitely have wear around all of the edges, whether they came like that or it's just wear from being used, I'm not sure. But otherwise, they're in good condition, and I'm thinking that these jeans are going to sell in the low to mid 30s for me, so I paid $4 plus tax. Next is a pair that, if you have actually any advice or opinions about this, let me know. So this is a pair of Paige jeans, and the style is the Jimmy Skinny. And I got these also for half off, and I have been passing on them for like 5 weeks now, because, surprisingly, the sell-through on them is not good. And I'm not sure how much summer affects that. So I know for me, I don't sell nearly as many jeans in the summer as the fall, so I'm sure that the sell-through rates look a little bit lower right now than they would if I checked it in a few months. So I'm hoping that these sell. Last year at this time, I would have been absolutely thrilled to find a pair of Paige skinny jeans. The skinny is usually the higher sell-through. And I'm just wondering if you're a clothing reseller and you have experience with Paige, is it dropping off? I've sold Paige in the past, but I don't find it enough to really judge whether or not it's like on the decline right now. So we'll see, but I figured at half off it wasn't too much of a risk. I think they'll sell eventually, and I'm really only thinking that I'll get between like 28 and 34 or so for those. And the last thing is the most exciting thing for me. It's this men's shirt, and if you have seen this brand before, let me know in the comments. I have never found it. I've heard of it and didn't really think it would show up in my thrift store. So this is Acne Studios. Pretty high-end brand. This shirt retails for $220, bearing in mind that it is just a t-shirt. It's actually a really nice knit though. It's like a little bit thicker than a t-shirt and just like a really high quality knit. And it has a little bit of pilling, almost like somebody was carrying something and just rubbed this one spot, because otherwise it's in great condition. And I think I can get that looking pretty good with my sweater shaver. Here is the inside tag on that. I did make sure to look up like all the details of the tags and everything just to be sure that this isn't fake, and I'm confident that it's real also just because of the quality of it, which obviously doesn't come through the camera, but I'm gonna list this in the 120 range after I sweater shave it and then also wash it. It has kind of a cologne smell, which I have a hard time getting that out sometimes, but usually I can get it to fade. So yeah, I don't think I'll get 120 for it, but if I get some watchers, I'll start making offers and see how this does. It's just pretty exciting to have found Acne Studios in my local thrift store. So it doesn't totally surprise me because I do find a lot of high-end brands there, and I'm lucky that way. I know I live in a rural area. I don't live in the city, so when I come across high-end stuff, I'm always a little bit surprised. But I'm also very fortunate and privileged to live where I do. So thanks a lot for watching. That's everything I had to show you. Make sure that you check out some of my what sold videos if you want to see how this stuff does. Bye.